Good afternoon, good afternoon. It's a beautiful afternoon. It's a wonderful weekend. Nice to meet all these wonderful people. Oh man, I've been away from the mic for quite some times now. It's nice to feel. Nice to be back. Nice to be back. Uh, the week was amazing. Even though it didn't really give me what I really wanted, but the week was just beautiful, man. Now, this is how I usually journal my trades. I usually like just write something on the note there. Sometimes I can annotate like areas of interest there and like write something. So this is how we closed on Friday, right? We made a higher high, and during the week we had like a series of down close candles, expansion to the sell side. Now my thought process was NQ traded low this week, which was those consecutive days, and closing discount. Remember, from this range here, from this low to this high, we closed in discount below the midpoint of this range here. My thought process was, since I'm in discount, right, and I have this fair value gap here, I would like to see price actually leaving this fair value gap open, or it might just wick on the upper half of the gap, on the upper half, midpoint and above, but leave the lower half open. And if we can do that, that means I'm really gonna be bullish. We might actually seek buy side liquidity. However, though, it also meant that it's creating, I want to see how it reacts in creating that fair value gap. Now I'd like to see the weekly order block consequent encroachment act as support and restrict price from going to the breakaway gap, since it's inside the inversion fair value gap. These two lines here are the midpoint, or yeah, the midpoint, the main threshold. Oh shit, it's hot. The main threshold of the weekly bullish order block. So I wanted to see how price actually reacts in that area. Do we maybe make it low, then start seeking buy side? Now the leg that created the breaker has an inversion fair value gap and a volume imbalance. I'd like to see those PD arrays act as a line of defense. So meaning, since I want to see this breakaway gap here left open, we have this inversion fair value gap and that volume imbalance. So this entire gap here, the volume imbalance as well. So I would love to see price actually using that to actually not trade low, and also this bullish breaker act as my support as well. This was done on the 16th November, which was on the weekend. I was analyzing for the coming week. Now looking at the chart, the week was beautiful. As anticipated, we actually saw price not even reaching out to that breakaway gap. So we didn't even reach this breakaway gap check, and this inversion fair value gap, and also this volume imbalance here acted as what, as a line of defense and prevent price from actually going to the breakaway gap. And the also nice part is that we never left the bodies of these candles here, never left and closed outside. Even though on Wednesday, no, I think this is Tuesday, even though Tuesday we ran Friday's low, but we closed above. So that's also a high confirmation that actually we're gonna run bicep, because that's like our low of the week, right? We've already run sell side and we're still in that bullish order block. Now on Monday it created this fair value gap, You see this series here. Now my thought process was, okay, we just created a CB, and I want to see myself being bullish, right? So I want to see how price react the consequent encroachment of that gap. This was Wednesday. I think we already ran this Friday's low, and we actually closed above. So my thought process was, I love how Tuesday's week, 2 days weeks, consequent encroachment at the midpoint of Tuesday's candle help price from running Tuesday's low, because this Tuesday I wanted to see Tuesday making the low of the week. So I wouldn't want to see this low here being traded to. Rather, I would rather see price actually maybe running for the midpoint, and maybe at least the wick below that, but the body to close above the midpoint of that bullish candles wick, which is Tuesday's candle. I love how the bullish breaker is acting as the last line of defense and not allowing price to reach the breakaway gap, as I explained before. You see that we kept on closing just inside that bullish breaker. Now I would have liked if price closed above the consequent encroachment of the daily fair value gap, which is this. I think Wednesday's candle, I knew it was gonna be a midweek reversal. So I thought maybe we could maybe run that, but at least wake outside, but actually did not do that, but which was still permissible, because now I'm still on side because we did not close below the consequent encroachment of Tuesday's week. It seems like we are going to close below the with this in mind, I should be cautious and allow price to trade unemployment claims at 8:30. So I wanted to see how the news at 8:30 was gonna react on Thursday. How will it affect price? Are we gonna like run buy side or sell side? If I'm really bullish, I'd like to see the algorithm use the 8:30 news to drive price up and close above the daily fair value gaps high, or above Tuesday's high. No, today's high, which was this high here. I wanted to see at least us closing above this high. If price decides to be bearish, my point of interest is the week's consequent encroachment and see how it reacts around the area. So my thought process was, I want to see price actually closing above this candle's high, and if we tend to be bearish, I'm interested in this, the consequent encroachment of Tuesday's candle. So if we were to retrace, this is my point of interest. One answer from which is opened. Now on Wednesday, it was my thought process. Now we might see NQ making a retracement today. If it's to be traded low, I'd like to see how it behaves during the London session and the pre-market session. If NQ runs buy side and used the premium fair value gap, which was this 1 hour CV, and this buy side there, I want to see price showing willingness to start selling. So I wanted to see price maybe running that high there and use the 1 hour CV premium fair value gap as resistance and start trading and spooling low. If we do have a bearish order flow, my point of interest will be the breaker and the upper half of the breakaway gap. So my point of interest was this bullish breaker here and the breakaway gap. So I didn't want to see the entire gap being filled. However, I was interested in the upper half at least being traded to and start spooling back to the buy side. But I'd love to see the breakaway gap left open since price is inside the daily series, which we were on the daily time frame. We were still inside that daily fair value gap CB that he created on the Thursday, Friday, and Monday's candle. My overall bias is bullish, and my point of interest is the all-time high. So my point of interest is the all-time high. If price aims at seeking the all-time high, it gives more reasons to want to see that breakaway gap left open and we close above the daily fair value gaps high with displacement and use it as a stepping stone to seek buy side. So I wanted to see market trading low and using this two PD arrays as a point of turning point to start seeking buy side and actually start trading for the all-time high. This is that fair value gap that I talked about, a discount fair value gap. This was what, Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. I said I wanted to see it, at least maybe price running buy side first and start spooling for sell side, looking at this discount fair value gap. However, price failed to run buy side and just kind of created those relative equal highs. So that for me just confirmed that that is liquidity being generated over there. We might actually run that. So I was not surprised seeing Nasdaq trading back into the favor, even though it traded below that, because I know ICT said the wicks do the damage. However, the body tell the narrative. So the bodies of these candles here kept on closing where inside that discount fair value gap, and we wicked above. And so that Tuesday new day opening gap traded back into that discount fair value. On Thursday traded ran the short-term high there, started running for buy side that it had generated and actually retracing into that premium fair value gap and used it as a resistance to start running for everyone who was on a bullish run and put their stop losses below there. They were like, run them all and started trading back into buy side. So it's kind of like just created liquidity. Now this was my thought process for Thursday. I'm usually just telling you, showing you how I usually journal my trades. I think it just helps me like see where was my mind during that time and what I saw and what actually happened afterwards. This was Wednesday, a bit late there. NQ moved nicely today. I was feeling relaxed and calm. I would like to see NQ use the new day opening gap as support. This is the new day opening gap. There are also two more PD arrays, the fair value gap and the bullish order block. Just looking at this bullish order block here. Right. And I don't know why I said fair value gap, it's inversion fair value gap. I was to see price if I'm to see price use that as supposed to run buy side. If I'm really in a bullish market, I would want to see price showing unwillingness to trade back at the discount fair value gap, which is this discount fair value gap. I'd want to see price show unwillingness to trade back at the discount fair value gap. If it does trade low, I don't want to see the lower half traded to. Tomorrow is Friday. I want to be certain how it will react. I had a wonderful week, feeling optimistic for the coming week. I'm proud of myself because this shows that I'm on the right path towards my goals and being the best disciplined trader I can be. Consistency is key. We kind of like traded but inside that new day opening gap. You see how the new day opening gap had price from actually trading back into that discount fair value gap. Bro, how random can it be? How random can it be? So yeah, man, journaling is so important. I feel like journaling helps see also yourself as a trader. Where are you? How are you progressing? You know, I feel like if you don't journal your trades, you don't actually tend to like see how are you progressing in your day trading life. You know, so I really find like I really find it hard to believe that someone would say they are traders but they don't journal their trades or how they were feeling during that session, because I feel emotions also play a role. You know, it's just not only just about pressing buttons and stuff like that. However, it's also about your psychology as a trader. You know, you're disciplined. Now, I just wanted to walk you through my week and show you how I journaled the week. How was my thought process during the week? So we failed to close above the daily favorite gaps high. It's okay, but I would most likely love to see price actually closing above that. That would actually confirm to me that hey, you might run buy side. Never know. So right now I'm looking at this down close candle, this bullish order block here. I want to see if maybe when you open, because we traded back into the bullish order block and traded up. We had that buy side delivery. So I want to see a Monday or how we open. Do we trade back to this bullish order block? And also I'm looking at the consequent encroachment of that gap as well. Love how the consequent encroachment is just below the consequent encroachment of this daily CB. So you might actually trade or retrace and use this area here as support to run for buy side. We might do that. I don't know. However, uh, I'll see how money trades. So this high here ran those highs and we traded back low to run this low. So this is my dealing range. So I'm looking at this range here. This is how we stand and how we close the week. Still inside that daily CB fair value gap. So I can't say that I'm bullish. I can't say that I'm bearish. You know, because it could actually use this daily fair value gap here and start running and seeking sell side and actually trade back into this breakaway gap, because there's just a lot of sell side liquidity there. But if we are really bullish, right, if we are really bullish, it would be permissible to see price actually run this lows here, right? However, I don't want to see price actually come into the deep discount of, so that means I'm okay with price. It maybe could run buy side, then go and seek the short-term low here and start pulling high, or might actually see price going lower than that. But however, if I'm really bullish, I don't want to see price trading to the deep discount of this range here, and I would love to see price closing above the daily highs, the daily favorite gaps high. So I think that's it for me. Not much to say. Just gonna say, man, the week was just amazing, you know, and I love and thank God that I'm growing in this, you know, man. Through hardships and everything, man, I'm pushing to become the best version of myself. This is E-mini Nasdaq December contract. Now, one of my friends asked me like, why do you analyze using US 100, not the E-mini? Because the thing is, my broker, like, price moves together with US 100. I kind of like checked US the E-mini 100, the E-mini contract, and I saw that it was even delayed. So I was like, okay, I can maybe just come here to like kind of see the difference, because we can clearly see that on US 100 actually made a higher high. It just wicked and above and just closed above. So that, but on the E-mini contract, the bodies never closed above. They just closed below. They just wicked outside. So actually, they kind of like use the E-mini contract to like just give me more clarity if maybe I'm not sure about something, and just to give me like the heads up and stuff like that. However, though, we've been bullish. Also, this bullish breaker was acting as support, and we never actually broke outside. We never came to this breakaway gap. But because I'm still inside this daily CB, I'm just gonna be patient and just see how we trade around that PD array, because we're also in premium markets. So because it can also, maybe it could actually like use this to start running all those relative equal lows. So I'm just gonna be cautious and just wait to see how we react around this favorable gap here. But like I said, I would love to see price actually closing above that favorable gap, with a large expansion up close candle. If you're not a trader that generals, I feel like there won't be any progress, because why? It's ideal that we take this as a business, and I'm talking to myself too. So I should keep data, I should keep records of everything that I've learned. And I found out that, generally my trades, it's really, really amazing. You grow as a trader, and you get to see your progress as well, you know, and see where you lack and things like that. Now, since I wasn't streaming this week, I was busy. I think preparing my stuff. You know, my journals. My data collection spreadsheet. This is where like I'll be putting on every trade that I traded, whether regardless it's a win or a loss, and how when I opened that trade and when did I close. So I want to see how like usually how long does my trades hit take profit or hit stop loss. Then what session was it? Was it a long or a short? Entry, stop loss, outcome, then the profit that I made or the loss that I made. Now, so everything is done like automatically. So everything that I write here, like outcome, if I say maybe it's a win, right? But I'm still like working on it. So if the outcome is a win, I'm still working on it though. Like maybe I've won one trade, lost two trades, so it would give me my win percentage. So let me say maybe I've won like 15 trades and lost like 5 trades. That means my win percentage is 75%. So that means you can keep record, and all the profit and losses come this side here. So let me say I made a profit of like 100 rands. It's gonna write 100 rands there. So the total is gonna be 1,100 rands. So my account has grown by what? 1%. So let me say maybe I made 2,500. That means my account is up by 26%. So let's say during that time, then I make a loss of, let me say, maybe 1.5. That means my account is at 41%. Now let's say, bro, then I lose like 2.9 in that trade, just to make an example. With everything here, that means my account is at 12%. Then I lose a trade also, 2,000. That means my account is down by 8%. So like this gives me like a data sheet. Like now I know that, okay, my win percentage is this much. With the account that I'm managing, I'm down by this percentage, or I'm up by this percentage. You understand? So the initial amount, maybe for example, is 10,000 rands. That means I'm down 800 rands with all the profits and losses that I've made here. So let's say, for example, then I make a win of 5,000 rands. That means I've gained, my account is up by 42%. So for me, I thought, you know what, this is good for my journaling, so that I get to see where I stand. Am I consistent, or am I actually like not a profitable trader? Now here will be my goals, the goals that I want to achieve maybe for 2025. Let me say maybe my target is to reach say maybe for example the target is to reach 500%. The target is that 500%. So let me say maybe I reach a point whereby I've made even like 9,500 of profit. You see, so something like that. So here, just write your goals. You know, maybe your target is that, you know, I want to keep my win percentage above 50%, and if I'm really low, maybe let's say 40%. You know, things like that. I feel like these things keep you up to date, and I think you get to like be aware of trading. And I created this as well. Compound interest is key, man. Compounding interest is key. So let's say my account, it's a 10,000 rands account. I'm aiming to make 6%, and I'm willing to risk 2% of that 10,000 rands account. So that means my target is to make 600 rands, and I'm willing to risk 200 rands. So as it goes, you know, if I'm out of that 10,600, I'm gonna want to make targeting to make that 6% of that 10,600 rand, which is 635. So in a period of 20 trades, you'd be at 32,000 rands. So that's like you've already like doubled, or no, 3 times the account with just a single trade a day. And if you can pay attention, is that your risks are low for you to actually blow your account. It would actually mean like, yo, I'm really like, oof, you need to go back into the drawing board. You know, just want to keep my risk low and my profits high. So with compound interest, I found that it works, and in the long run can actually just go. Even if you have like a 500 rand account, then you're like, you know what, I'm just aiming to make my I'm aiming to like make 5%. So that means your target's like 25 rands. Then you'll be compounding with small profits, beautiful outcomes, man. Great. So spin off 20 trades, then you make profit, man. You make profit. Well, I usually highly recommend starting with at least 5,000 rands or 10,000 rands. So yeah, I think that's it for me, man. I'm just preparing myself for 2025. I want my things to be like on point, you know. 2025, man, is the year, man. You can feel it. It's time to be profitable, but that means being um that means being disciplined, being a disciplined trader, disciplining myself, disciplined in my habits, you know, and disciplined in my journaling as well. So I think from next week I'll start streaming live, and yeah, I think that's it for me. We'll go for it on Monday. So yeah, cheers.